when I was in the spirit, God speaks to me through like music. And so when I hear a song, I can hear like, you could say like decode messages within the bass line, within the backbeats, within the rhythm, within the lyrics itself. So I was listening to Kylie Minogue's song, Get Out of My Way. That song says, Get out of my way, got no more to say. He's taken your place. It's a fabulous song, really, and the video is snatched. Oh, wait. I watched that video probably like 100 million times or something like that. Kylie Minogue, Get Out of My Way. Oh, that video was lit. But those lyrics say, leave you, move on to a perfect stranger. What Yahweh is saying to, I mean, really the whole world, but right now I'm focusing on the Jews who don't believe that Christ ever came, which is something that they call kind of like Orthodox Jews. I'll talk about that in a minute. What God is saying to you, that if you won't accept his son, then what he's going to do is forget you. And which is what already like begun to happen, because when Christ came and was trying to deal with people, he left. And the apostles had this old argument on their hands, because you just had some Jews who are like, cool, we're going to take these Gentiles and we're going to be one big family under God. And others were like, well, we don't want them. Well, the Lord still accepted the Gentiles anyway, and the Gentile being somebody who was not originally of the bloodline of Abraham. And so, but if you look into the Old Testament, there were always people sojourning into Israel anyhow. God always had this way about him of accepting in orphans, people who needed to be adopted into the nation of Israel. And when he sent his son, he expected us to open up our hearts and accept him too. And not act like God didn't know what he was talking about when he sent Jesus, and or because Jesus didn't come packaged a certain way, people didn't want to accept him. That's a mistake people make all the time by underestimating power. But true power doesn't necessarily have to show up with pomp and circumstance. When you really got a whole lot of power, you ain't really got to do too much, because you got it or you don't, boo. And and people have really messed up with Christ with this rejection of him. And so when I was in the spirit, what Yahweh is saying, if these Jews keep wanting to not love Jesus Christ and accept him, God is going to shift away from y'all. And then you don't want God to like turn away from you, because when that happens, it opens you up and it makes you really vulnerable. And protections that you've had in place, Yahweh might decide to remove. You don't want God to look away from you.